live stream? It's your boy Kevin Yee. Down for what? When did I start the stream? I think I started on the 19th. So today is the 23rd. So I've been streaming for multiple days in a row. Actually have some planned content coming out very soon. Shooting later today after all my closing calls, but that's kind of like what I've been up to, and it's very interesting. By streaming every single day, it's been forcing me to think of different topics I really want to talk about, and kind of what's I kind of love the news aspect of just dropping what's going on in the news these days, especially with pharmacy and all that. I do have some pharmacy updates. I thought in today's video, what I can do because I don't have that much time. I actually have to hop off at 3:30 today, but I thought what we could do is cover a few stories on Reddit, uh, really outlining the landscape of pharmacy. Honestly, not much has changed, but it seems like the general landscape. People are becoming more concerned, more frustrated at these major corporations not really protecting their patients and what or their healthcare professionals. So there's that, and I thought I'd just really cover like the core bases of how I feel about the whole sort of recession that we're in, the economy, and how I'm staying sane just indoors a lot of time. And by the way, thank you for that one like. If you can, throughout the stream, just make sure to smash that like button just so that we get some more views on this as well. So, if you guys got any comments or anything like that, feel free to drop them in the stream as well. Okay. So, just got a new keyboard, so I'm just getting used to this. Hold on for 1 second. Let me switch over to my stream. And so, I was basically doing looking up different articles today. How hospital pharmacy is doing PPE, all that sort of stuff as well. And so I thought I went through some of these earlier, but some of the interesting things that really I've been emphasizing over and over again is that CVS employees take COVID-19 safety into their own hands after as billion-dollar company continues to fail to provide PPE to its frontline workers, providing medication and clinical services to their communities while producing profits for shareholders and CEO who remain risk-free. This is a growing sentiment, and it's really a bad PR move on companies like CVS. By the way, I am a stockholder of CVS, so I think this is pretty unacceptable. It's not safe for your patients. It's not safe for your healthcare workers who interact with hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of patients per day. And so I'm just really emphasizing it. I hope big corporations will take a look at this because it is a huge issue, right? And to look at some of the comments that were in here, a bunch of stores in my region did this as well. My DL, what's DL? Called me. Maybe they meant DM. My DM called me and told me that LP has officially instructed all, I don't know, district leaders, I think, contact their stores and tell them to take this down. I verbally acknowledged my DL, informed me to take this down. I was thanked and reminded I wouldn't be having an LP visit during this outbreak. We ended a call and went on our merry way. CVS can go fuck themselves. At least my DL knows that we're trying to protect ourselves, but even they're frustrated. It's really ridiculous to see some of the inside type of things as well, right? Why can't they give us fucking plexiglasses and coated doors like Walgreens? Like I really emphasized before, we really need to protect our healthcare professionals first, because by protecting our healthcare professionals first and making sure that they feel safe going into the workplace, then we can take better care of our patients. And don't forget, we're human too. It's not like we're robots. And so if we can prevent our healthcare professionals from catching things like corona, right? It'll prevent it from being spread to our patients as well. So just some interesting thoughts as well. We got Sutton in the house. Let's do some shout outs. We got Ken C, who said, "Oh my God, thought here I am a pharmacist working in Ontario, working in a large chain pharmacy, head office sending us masks, but stupid manager says we shouldn't need them." Well, guess what? You can tell your manager shove it up his ass because he's not a healthcare professional. I was by the way, when I was a pharmacist, I used to do quite a bit of pushback, man. There's certain things that I'm pretty easygoing guy, but certain things, man, it's just they should just shut the fuck up. They don't like. I told like at the end of the day, I'm responsible. Like I'm responsible for my own health. I'm responsible for my own license. I'm responsible if I'm pharmacy manager. I'm responsible for this pharmacy. You don't have you can't really tell me what to do, at least what goes on in this pharmacy, because I'm the one held responsible. You cannot let people like store managers and all that step on you, because it's not their place, right? So something really really important. Yes, they can influence you, but at the end of the day, it's not their place, right? As long as Kevin internet has internet, he'll never have cabin fever. Pharmacists' lives matter. Stephanie H says, this is super random, but what are the thoughts of M1 Finance? I've actually, to be honest, I've actually never used M1 Finance. One of my really good friends, Cherry Tongue, she uses M1 Finance. I am not a huge robo advisor type of person, right? I feel like you can get better results, if not the same, through something like a target retirement fund or just a straight up index fund, creating your own portfolio. There is a benefit though, because it's a lot like these mutual funds where everything's automated. That's the whole thing. And then they use things like tax loss harvesting and all these other things, which is cool and stuff. But if you're depending what type of account you're investing in, I think that's important. And by the way, during this period, I'm investing more because you should look at this as a fire sale. Things are going to get a lot worse, guys, in the economy. Think about it. We haven't been on lockdown that long. At least the state of California. I don't. How long has the state of California been kind of like shutting down businesses and all that? I don't know. My friend, I was talking to my friend Tom, and he's quite worried about the whole thing. By the way, make sure to smash that like button. Would really appreciate for those 6 people who haven't yet. But that's kind of my thoughts on M1 Finance. I'll take a look at it and kind of give my 2 cents. To be fair to M1 Finance, I've not taken a look at it in depth, right? And rather than apply to all these affiliates and stuff like that, because I think they do offer affiliate program. I just really want to recommend the top shit at the end of the day. So there we go. There's always been this dangerous numbness to the seriousness of the virus since the beginning. In the U.S., maybe also other countries. It makes me truly wonder. I was talking to my chiropractor, and yes, I do see a chiropractor as well. He's telling me that it's an election year. H1N1 was a lot worse. I have not verified the numbers and really taken a look at the accuracy of his claims and whatnot. But I I wouldn't be surprised too, because the government does really interesting things. Silver Talk says, "What up, Kevin? What up, Silver? Um, it's been a while since we last talked, bro. So yeah, man. But Stephanie H says, "Thank you, Kevin. Actually, you know what? I will write that down on my nifty whiteboard. By the way, fun fact: this isn't actually a whiteboard; it's a poster with like a white piece of paper, and I just use Expo markers on it too." By the way, Silver is an active investor too. Have you ever used M1 Finance? Has anybody in the chat used M1 Finance? Silver, if you want to chime in, that's totally cool too. Thank you, Kevin. Says Ken SY. Let's take a look at some of the other issues that were happening. So, good thing my PH didn't pop up. Let's see. We talked about CVS, and we are. COVID-19 has made me lost. I think this person meant lose hope of ever getting employed. Looks like law exams and all that are getting pushed back as well. My actual law exam is pushed back. Blah, blah, blah. Unemployed. They don't know if they're gonna find any employment in the background. And here's the thing, man. This person talks about, it makes me think every day of how bad a decision it was to move back to Hawaii. I can't even enjoy my life here. I don't know if I want to event. I'm also letting you all know pharmacists are being forced to work right now without protection. That you're amazing. That is true. That is a solid point, by the way. Yeah, like I know it's kind of like I pretty much, I don't know anyone that really is really focused on hiring right now. I think really a lot of corporations are just really focused on making as much money as possible and putting out the fires as much as well. So, by the way, Silver, if you can, smash that like button, please, bro. Silver's talking about trying to stay water above water in this crisis. Would love to kind of hear what's your thoughts about this whole crisis in the economy happening. What are some plays that you're doing? Are you doubling down on certain stocks? Are you shorting stuff? Like what's your plan during these times? Abby says, "Hey Kevin, what's going on?" Abby, nice to have you nice to have you guys in the stream. Nice to have all y'all in the stream, because guess what? It is 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you're on the East Coast, it's about 3:16. I gotta hop on a call in 15, but just covering more of these stories, more of these thoughts and stuff that that I'm having right now, man. Again, so if we're taking a look at more stories in Reddit, howdy, it's become clear that CVS does not care about any of its employees or customers. I'll be going into work full hazmat. Recently, I've witnessed no cleaning being done all day, but myself, I brought face masks for employees. They don't want to wear them. They'll laugh at me for wearing N95 gloves and a hoodless coverall, and they don't clean their stations. So this is the kind of the stuff that happens in the back, man. It's really crazy. This laid back, lazy ass approach to something could potentially kill our customers. Most who are old and are on many meds is disgusting. I can't believe people right now. On top of that, upper management isn't doing anything except letting us wear jeans and a small one-time bonus. Excuse me. Do you know how much medical bills are? If they want to leave when I come in, fine, fire me. I'm not taking off, but don't call me back when all the colleagues are sick and when someone needs work. Yeah, it's crazy. Like I was saying, it's in our best interest, best for the company and all that, because if your pharmacists are calling out sick too, or just pharmacy staff in general, then guess what? No one's going to work the pharmacy whatsoever, and you're going to have a huge fulfillment problem, and more pharmacists are just going to quit. We have to protect our pharmacists. We have to protect the pharmacy staff. In general, we just need to protect healthcare workers, and they're not being prioritized right now as well, right? Because unfortunately, prevention, like we learn this in marketing all the time, prevention is like the vitamin. When you're bleeding money, that's the painkiller. You're looking for active solutions. So I guarantee when only when things are on fire, big corporations will kind of react, right? And it just blows my mind about the priorities for a lot of these big corporations too. Where's their priority? Just lack of leadership, lack of it lacks integrity, because a lot of the time they have these huge why statements. So let's go into like the vision statement of CVS, and are they truly hold on, are they truly vision CVS? Let's take a look at the vision for CVS mission statement. Okay, let's take a look at mission. This is not this is just a third-party website. Fuck. Where is it? Maybe if I go cvs.com, they probably have a vision statement here. This is gonna make you fucking laugh, guys. Abby says, "Are you currently working as a pharmacist?" No. What's good, bro? Hope you've been good. Quarantine has been easy because I'm extremely strong online community. Everyone's active in this community. Many people have met in person and even become roommates. That's dope, bro. Appreciate it. Let's take a look. Oh, where's the mission statement for freaking CVS? CVS mission statement official. Official. 10 minutes left, guys, in the stream. Oh yes, here we go. Found it. CVS Health. Let's take a look. I'm just looking at this at the first time too, so let me delete your comment. Take your comment off, Brad, just for a second. Hold on for a second. Oh, shit. Bro. Oh, man. This... So many screens up. There we go. Cool. So let me switch back. Our purpose, helping people on their better path to health. Our strategy, creating unmatched human connections to transform healthcare experience. Our values, innovation, collaboration, caring, integrity, accountability. You see what I mean by lack of like integrity when it comes to this stuff? Like they're protecting their healthcare professionals. I mean, how is asking people like uh telling pharmacists to vaccinate their patients at this point when that's not the main priority, and not giving them PPE, really caring about people? How is that helping people on a better path to health? Is it really? That's disconnected. And I think all of us, like, I never knew. I was just like these fucking, when I was working at this company, right? I always felt that in my heart. I was just like, man, how come their why never, like, their why is really cool, but their why never aligns to the front lines? And that, I get it. It's a huge company, right? But it's like decisions like these which just like blow my fucking mind sometimes, right? Um, I heard the healthcare field is increasing jobs due to people quitting in COVID updates. Healthcare is probably thriving right now, to be honest with you, right? So I wouldn't be surprised, but we'll have to see. I think I think this will be a good opportunity for pharmacists to expand the roles as well. Just because there's going to be more strain, it's going to be an opportunity for pharmacists. Even we talked about on Friday, I believe, Florida, Florida, passed the. Well, I only have the Reddit article, but they actually treat. So basically, they are allowing pharmacists to treat physician patients for chronic disease, illnesses, and all that. You can take a look at the official website right here. Hold on for a second. It is dying, dude. Yeah, my computer's dying. Yeah, there's all this sort of stuff. I haven't read it, to be honest with you, because it's really long, but maybe I'll dive into it next time as well. Could you possibly do videos on how to get into pharmacy schools and good companies to work in as a pharmacy tech? And maybe pre-pharmacy live stream. I mean, I could, to be honest with you, but honestly, these days I it's hard for me to recommend careers like pharmacy at this point, just because of the job outlook, right? If people want to do it, like if people want to get into pharmacy school, I mean, we can talk about it, but this is what's going to happen. I mean, since there's no jobs, less and less people will go into pharmacy. It'll make it really easy to. Pharmacy schools have already been accused for doing this. Is that they're lowering their requirements for getting into pharmacy school, so it'll be a lot easier. You know, as a pharmacy tech, I'll answer this really quickly, and maybe I'll do a full blown video, man, about my real opinion about this. But as a pharmacy tech, I don't know off the top of my head, but I would say anything that's not retail. Like a lot of my friends who are working non retail are a lot happier, like hospital, pharmacy, and all that sort of stuff. So HV says, don't be a pharmacist. Yeah, it's hard for me. Like, it's really hard for me to recommend pharmacy as a career at this point, right? Just because we every single week we pull out the data for the Bureau of Labor Statistics, right? I'll even pull it up right now. Why not? Like, I type in B and BLS already comes up already, right? Let's take a look at the statistics, and obviously this is not accounting for the whole crisis that's happening right now, right? 0% job outlook, employment change is going to be -100. So it's declining, right? The need for pharmacists isn't there with the current scope of practice, right? And so who knows, this might change if the role of pharmacists really change. But the real question is who's going to reimburse these pharmacists? Who's going to pay these pharmacists for these extra services, right? Because that hasn't been established. Just because someone can do it doesn't mean that they should, especially if there's no compensation, right? And so I don't believe pharmacists should work for free. I believe that they should be paid equal to a lot of these PAs, MPs, and all that sort of stuff too. But who knows? I don't know. We'll have to see how this plays out. Abby said, I shadow a pharmacist in critical care hospital. Best shadowing experience ever. Yeah, critical care is pretty fun. I actually know someone who actually does it, and she loves it. This pandemic shows the importance of remote work. And that's actually, Brad brings up a really great point where honestly, I think the direction where I want to bring this channel really is to help people find remote work, create other streams of revenue or income other than just pharmacy. Because really, the growing sentiment in pharmacy is that I feel trapped. That's where the priority is, right? A lot of people feel trapped. They don't know what to do. They don't want to risk they don't want to risk everything, but they want a secondary source of income, right? And if you can attach yourself to a service-based business where it requires no capital and you can attach yourself to revenue, then that would be ideal. Like right now, as a being in sales, I very rarely worry about things like not I'm it's not like I'm not worried right now, but since I'm so attached to revenue, they're gonna give me anything that I need to basically close more deals and stuff like that as well, right? Um, but Abby says, but you're right, job outlook is not looking too hot. Bunch of kids partying hard in Miami might spread the coronavirus all over the U.S. People gonna have to accept the $100,000 with Bill Happy Face on it. I'll tell you this, man. Like honestly, I'm not a fan of like the whole UBI. We gotta realize that nothing's free in life, and so it has to come from somewhere. So what are you gonna? And the government's gonna control, like has more authority of. You're not gonna bite the hand that feeds you, right? And so that's why I'm, it might be a temporary fix right now, but it has to come from somewhere. Where's it coming from? And that's the real question. And how is it gonna impact like inflation as well? So those are my two concerns. Not saying it's a good idea or bad idea, but what are the repercussions? That's what I'm thinking. I heard opening up an independent pharmacy is one of the best career choices too. It depends. I mean, my friend Jenny, she's really happy, but she's in a very particular niche. She's in specialty pharmacy. But in general, you have to realize that 70% of prescriptions are filled by big corporate pharmacies, chain pharmacies. It's not as fragmented as before, and the reimbursement is starting to suck for pharmacists. So it's starting to dip below 20% on average, right? But your hope is not to be one of those average pharmacies. Just be very aware of that. I mean, insurance companies have been doing things like DRR fees, clawbacks, all this sort of stuff, man. And it's just really important to understand the finances of pharmacies as well, right? Especially like right now. I mean, yes, maybe right now pharmacies are like there's like a huge dump of revenue coming in for healthcare, right? But when it wasn't like this, a lot of independent pharmacies were really struggling a lot, right? Code Clock says if you've been a pharmacist before, should you have pills or random medicine around to help treat fevers? Honestly, I don't. I don't really carry medicine. I don't even carry Tylenol or anything like that. I'm allergic to NSAIDs. Very rarely. I mean, the only thing I really have is like maybe some antibiotic ointment. And that's pretty much it. I don't really have allergy medications too. I mean, because I have allergies. But that's all I carry, man, for the most part. I'm not saying that you should, but honestly, at the end of the day, most people don't need to have all these for my needs. I never take painkillers or fever medications or anything like that, right? So yeah, that's pretty much it. I mean, I didn't even get to cover how I'm staying sane. I mean, I'll give you a really highlight over it, but basically what's going on is like I'll save it for another stream actually. So I'll leave it here. If you guys have any topics that you want me to cover, please let me know. Also, make sure to smash that like button as well, just because it gets the more awareness I can get put out, especially for these big corporations, man, the better. I hope big corporations will take a look at my stream and really understand the needs of these pharmacists, pharmacy staff as well, and how their actions aren't in alignment. By neglecting this major need, they're hurting their patients more than helping. And it's a bad branding move, bad PR move as well. So those are just my thoughts, man. I will be doing separate videos targeting that too, and I hope it goes viral too, because I've been looking at the trends recently. So I'm just crossing my fingers. Got to shoot later today. I'll be doing a stream tomorrow around the same time as well. So make sure to tune in. Yeah, and I will talk to you guys later. Thank you guys for those that participated. I'll talk to you later. Peace, mother people. Bye.